Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to Glitter Gel Pen.
Episode 18. I'm Jill.
I'm Alyssa.
What's been up?
Oh, well, we recorded early last week so that I could go on a fun little vacay, and I did. It was fun. It was relaxing. And then the day that we were driving home, I was like, I don't feel right. Like, I feel, you just feel sick in your head.
Yeah.
And so I went ahead and went to the doctor the next day, and I had strep throat. So I'm 4 days into the medicine. So I'm like, I feel fine. I'm just feeling nasty,
Yeah, a little mucusy, a little low energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to use my downtime to up my influencer game.
I saw that.
Yeah. I haven't made a haul video since probably
Since the what's in my bag days.
Yeah, like 2012,
Yeah.
like that whole era. So
pack my book bag with me.
it's actually fun to make that content. Mm-hmm. And whenever I see people that I used to watch post stuff like that, I like to watch it. So
Yeah.
I'm like, it's for the girls that get it.
It is. I don't buy enough stuff to.
I haven't bought that much stuff in a long time. I've really been on my you don't need anything that's on Amazon bag. But this week I got obsessed with the girls that do the morning sheds. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
They look ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And I know it doesn't matter, but all I think is did they have sex at night? You know what I mean?
God. And they're like, babe, don't mess up my this
Yeah.
girl.
They've got the mouth tape on and they're
gosh.
Oh, and I thought that I bought mouth tape, and last night I put all my skincare on. I was really trying to be that girl, and at first I thought the tape wasn't sticking because I had Aquaphor on my lip, which makes sense. I got nose strips.
Oh.
And I was trying to tape my mouth shut, and I was like, this isn't working. But yeah,
So.
I've got 30 nasal strips I got to do something with. But yeah, the girls, they do a lot whenever they do the morning sheds though, because and don't get me wrong, the products I bought, I feel like they're good skincare stuff, but it's additional things that whenever I really thought about it this morning, and I was like, if you bought all of everything that I have, I haven't bought any of it even close to around the same time, you're probably spending $500 or $600.
Yeah.
Easily. Mm-hmm. And that is ridiculous.
To drop that at one time.
Yeah. And they think we're convinced that we need it. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But if you guys are interested, use my Amazon affiliate
link down below. I've been doing nothing like usual this week. I've been working, just getting, knocked down by life. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I really do. I really do.
It's I stand up and it's just boop.
Yeah.
Pushes me back over.
Yeah. Life doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Well, it does one day. But, when you're in it, you're in it.
Yeah. I'm preparing to solo parent next week. Yeah. I'm going to be alone all week for the week.
What are we going to do?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll figure it out, I guess.
Our DC trip is coming up. I got the phone clip for the car so that we don't have to put the phone in weird spots anymore. So I got that, and then I was going to get a vlog camera, but I didn't want to spend $500.
Yeah.
And the off-brand one was $70, and I'm like, there's no way it could be better than my iPhone for that price.
Yeah.
So I just got a good phone clip.
We'll just put them in a folder, and then
we'll work on it. But yeah, so.
Do we want to get into the hot topics for this week?
The topics are hot this week.
Okay.
I mean, it's a little bit of a roller coaster. When I was doing some of this research, I was I almost felt like I was so deep in the speculation hole that I felt unsafe. But I was like, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I want to say that this week I pretty much am just being told by Alyssa what's happening because I've immersed myself in the world of Trisha Paytas because I've been doing research for a video we have coming on that. So this research this week was pretty much all Alyssa, and I'm just gonna be told what's happening. So.
Okay. Well, you did add in one topic. The very first one there, if you want to kick it off with that.
Okay, so there was a TikTok from someone, I don't know who it was, and I can't find the one.
Oh, what a good one. You said, I don't remember who it was, and I don't know where the TikTok is, but I saw something.
But it's giving Demois. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone posted a blind item, essentially about how a Nepo child, had a 1-year-old, and they were still very young themselves and stuff, and people speculated that it was Mason Dissicks.
Mason Dissicks is a father. Yes, Mason Dissicks is a father. Yes, Mason Dissicks, Kourtney Kardashian's son. Allegedly, he has a daughter who's 1 year old named Piper. Kris Jenner is having the worst week of her life. And Kourtney is going through it with the whole Alabama bad baby beef, and now Mason Dissick's secret is out. So allegedly Mason Dissick was on live because he was bored and he was answering a bunch of questions on Instagram. So here's a few, but just to get into some. Did you have a baby? Yeah, I did. Are you involved in Piper's life? Yeah, I see her sometimes. Who is Piper? A failed protection? The fact that he says she's a failed protection but then shows photos of her, and allegedly the girl that he had Piper with is from his art class. But then it's interesting, they said they didn't kick you own when you had Piper. I'm assuming they meant they didn't kick you out when you had Piper. He says Piper doesn't count. I was forced to do that, so it's not my fault she was created. That's just bad. And after the photo, someone says she honestly looks so much like you when you were a baby. He says, for real, I know the older she gets, the more she looks like me. And then this was leaked. Mason, didn't you get your girl pregnant and then leave her because you didn't want the baby? It's like crazy how fast he deleted everything, but the fact that he posted it thinking that it was okay, he has to remember his family's brand. It is this same Mason. Scott Disick is a grandpa. Kourtney Kardashian is a grandma. Do you think this is real? Because this is wild.
And that Mason Dissick has a 1-year-old baby at the age of 15.
He's 15.
Yeah. And there is like the way that people discovered this and think that this is true and has like any basis to like stand on is that there were screenshots from a private Instagram account that people think is Mason's Finsta, you know?
And it's like photos of a baby.
I don't know. Listen.
I get it.
So the account report, like people think that it belonged to Mason. It suggested that he had a 1-year-old daughter named Piper with a former classmate. It says the post originally shared on a Kardashian-focused subreddit before being deleted fueled speculation. In a Q&A session on the account, Mason reportedly responded affirmatively when asked if he had a child, stating, "Yeah, I did." Further posts allegedly referenced the situation as being forced upon him, calling the child a failed protection, and adding to the speculation that the Finsta account is real. It posted text message exchanges between Mason and his younger brother Rain. Another response from the account hinted at personal struggles, stating that wealth couldn't buy good parents. So it just seems that everything on this Finsta aligns with him.
My only thought with it that makes me not believe it is that the Kardashians know better than anyone that any publicity, whether it's bad, good, like whatever, like maybe they would, but I just don't see them trying to protect their kids from fame. So like if they wouldn't capitalize on like him having this like, what's the word? I don't want to say failed protection, but drama.
Yeah, what do you call that? A child out of wedlock.
Yeah, I guess. A premarital sex. I would be really surprised if the Kardashians wouldn't try to capitalize on it in some way. But I feel like of all of them, Kourtney's the more normal parent.
But the reason that I could see it being true, like, is because they might not try to capitalize on it because apparently he doesn't have anything to do with the child. He doesn't want to be in its life and like didn't want it, and wanted, allegedly, if any of this is true, wanted, you know, the girl to have an abortion essentially, and she didn't. So he's like, all right, well, I don't want it. So
I feel like, and I could be wrong, I don't know the laws around it. I wonder if the parents are entitled, like, since he's not 18, I wonder if the parents would be entitled to pay child support until like Mason turns 18. You know what I mean?
I don't know, possibly.
Because if they're obviously very, very wealthy, so it's not like he doesn't have money.
Yeah.
And he probably has some kind of trust fund or something too. That would be a good question, someone who knows.
Yeah. If you know, comment down below.
Yeah,
if you're
I'm
like
curious.
A lawyer watching us for whatever reason, yeah, let us know. But I saw at first, when I saw like the TikTok of the blind item, I was very skeptical and was like, no, you know, but then I saw, listen, this is just like the hive mind kind of thing. I saw multiple like posts online about it. So now I'm like, well, everybody's talking about it. So
the Kardashians are also so smart with like their marketing stuff that like they might leak it online just to put it out on the show 6 months later to get people to watch the show.
True. Yeah.
I was thinking about them and the fact that there have been a few like little news things about them that have passed that I haven't like put in the hot topics. A part of me like hates covering them because I feel like they promote the wrong things in most scenarios, and like I hate to like add fuel to their fire, so I never like put stories on about them unless it's just so big. But I was thinking about that like right before you got here. I was like, yeah, I really don't like to talk about the Kardashians, but we talked about Scott Disick the last few weeks. I feel like it's like randomly associated with something,
things going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just thought that was interesting, and like we'll probably see, you know, more will come out if it is true or not. But I just wanted to bring it up since it's like very new. So we'll see what's going to happen with that.
I would like to update on this and just see if anything else does come out. But yeah, so big news in the podcast world this week. We might have talked about it last week, but there were some rumors and like speculation about Alix Earle and Alex Cooper having a falling out behind the scenes. I don't know any of the details or haven't seen anything about it, but if you remember, whenever Grace left Barstool, Alex Cooper posted a video where she was like basically gloating that she had a phone call with Grace, and she was like, I know what I need to do, and everybody thought she was going to come on Call Her Daddy. She ended up getting signed to the Unwell network. Well, now Alix Earle is leaving the Unwell network, and Dave Portnoy posted a TikTok where he was like on the phone with Alix Earle, which like I love him. He's my
see this. You sent it to me. I did see it even before that though, and I kind of didn't know what was going on, but I knew it had to be something to do with that because of what previously happened.
But Brie did say on BFFs that she thinks that she like knows a lot more than we do, and she's been on the brand trips and has talked to people. And she was like, whenever Alix finally speaks about this, Alix Earle, it's gonna be like a 2-hour episode, and it's gonna be like a bomb drop. And I'm like, how are you gonna say that you can't say anything because it's not your tea to spill, but you're gonna say that?
Yeah.
Because what if Alix doesn't say anything, and then everybody's like, oh, Brie knows. Like, you know,
like, oh, there's a bomb and she's not dropping it.
But Alix is also, she seems to be like super transparent on her podcast, and she'll just like talk about anything no matter what. So I could like totally see her just like being really open with it. But if Alex Cooper's smart, she's got a contract in there that says you can't talk about certain things. So
I live for a petty king.
I know.
Like Dave Portnoy.
The champagne bottles for all the haters, like I want to have one.
Yeah.
Just so like whenever they fail, you can have a little toast. But I don't think that Dave and Alex Cooper are beefing at all. I think this has always been like their dynamic in their relationship, is that like he was her boss, and then she's just really smart and she left and got out, and that's how. But my thing with the whole Alex Cooper thing is like people try to hate on Dave and say that he's like toxic and stuff. If he really was, he did not have to give her the name of her podcast whenever she left, but he was just like, just go, like, just, it's fine, like it's yours, it's nothing without you anyway. Like I don't know, I just feel like he's super honest and forward about things like that. But
yeah, from what I've seen of him, because I didn't really, before we started doing this, I had heard of him and like whatever, but I didn't look into him that much. But from what I've seen since doing this, I feel like is pretty understanding.
Yeah,
like,
he's pretty like reasonable about most things. Even if he doesn't agree with you, he's like, I don't know, like he lets you he allows
like
people to disagree.
Yeah, kind of like I can see why you would feel that way.
Yeah.
Like even though we don't agree on it. So
yeah. And also in Dave Portnoy news, him and Kanye West are beefing about a meme coin, and I have no mental capacity for meme coins.
Is that kind of like what
Octua?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, I gotta go.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah. Literally. And I'm telling y'all, whenever I hear anything about crypto, meme coin, currency, my brain clocks out in a way that you can't believe.
Yeah, I cannot. I just don't understand it. And I'm like, I know what Bitcoin is, and that's the extent of it.
Yeah.
And I don't even really understand why we use Bitcoin.
I don't even understand how people make money with it. Like, I don't even care. I don't care. I honestly don't want to know. Like, ignorance is bliss to me. I'm letting it be.
When it comes to the blank coins.
Yeah.
Like,
so Dave Portnoy is Jewish, and in the video where him and Kanye West are beefing, and I haven't even like added it to the sheet because I just don't care anymore. Like I don't even want to give Kanye the platform either. Is like the platform, us. But he's like tweeted that he's not a Nazi in the last week and just random things.
Like, yeah, okay, that's why you literally sold a shirt but says otherwise.
In this video that I'm about to play, Kanye is wearing a swastika t-shirt talking about Dave Portnoy, who is Jewish. So if you want to watch with his teeth.
I don't want to watch, but I guess I would.
Dave Portnoy, I don't know you. I saw you was tweeting. I have no idea who you are. We was going back and forth joking, but when you start talking about telling people that my coin is not real and you're trying to play with my money, now that's the last time that we're gonna be talking online.
I'm sure Dave's like, good, I don't want to talk to you online.
I know.
Like, literally, I don't want anything to do with you.
Yeah, and it just makes him look so bad, like posting that with the swastika shirt on.
And he's like, when you start playing with my money, and it's like, you play with your money because nobody likes you and nobody supports you anymore because you're freaking crazy.
Meanwhile, he's buying teeth. Like,
Yeah.
he cannot even talk right, like, with that, like, bar of, I hate Kanye. I hate him.
Ugh, he's disgusting.
So, another hot topic, I just figured we could react to this. Have you seen the Meta Ray-Bans glasses?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have, like, a camera in them. They're really cute. My friend was wearing them whenever we were
Oh,
shooting
is
one
this
day.
him in the bar?
Yes. So I couldn't find the first version of this video that I saw. And I think he like made a comment about cops. And it might be in this. I just didn't watch it all the way through. But if you don't know what the Meta Ray-Bans are, they're just like glasses by Meta that are partnered with Ray-Ban. And they have like a camera on them. And it kind of just like records everything that you see, which I think is really cool.
It's giving that episode of Black Mirror. Did you ever watch
I watched Black Mirror, but I don't remember the episode.
Where it was not sunglasses or like glasses, but it was their eyes, like where they could replay all their memories because everything that they ever did recorded like, in their eyes.
Oh, that's crazy.
And so like it got real weird. People would be like playing them having sex with their ex while they were having sex with their current partner, you know.
God.
And like just all of this crazy stuff. But that's what it's giving to me to be able to have this technology.
Black Mirror is scary whenever you like it's so scary because it's all about like technology and we're so close to some of these things that it's like, ooh.
My buddy's glasses. No, dude, no. Those are lame.
Do you work for Ray-Ban?
Meta Ray-Ban. No, they're not even mine, they're my friends. I'm just around with them.
I'll rip off your face so bad because we're at a bar. Please do.
Hey, Meta.
I love cops.
Stop recording.
I love cops. You're gonna see some terrible things tonight. Is this consensual? Everyone has to get consent before anything's released.
One of the customers caught the incident on camera with a pair of Ray-Ban Meta glasses after his pals invited Bryan and his group for a game of pool. After playing 3 rounds and losing, witnesses claimed that the music artist's demeanor and attitude changed on the drop of a dime.
It's on his phone, but it's dead.
I'm taking videos of my friends. I don't care about you. I don't care about you and your friends, okay? I'm taking videos of me and my friends so that we can cherish them as fun memories, okay? I'm not trying to record your dude. I'm trying to record my friends for memories that I want to have fun, okay? It has nothing to do with it. And you're just being like, you're seriously
That was big. Okay, Sam. It was so sick.
No, dude, we weren't seriously.
Thank you.
The gayest thing I've ever heard, bro. That's gay?
Yeah, that's cool.
Why is that gay?
Okay, so, but I do want to say right here that while I do think that he's correct in saying you're just being a dick, like, you know, because Zach Bryan is, but also a little sus to me to be like having your Ray-Ban glasses and recording when you're hanging out with someone who is like a famous person. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not really buying the whole like, I'm just recording me and my friends so we can review the fun night, dude.
The Taylor Swift 2024 flag in the back also cracked me up. I think that he is just like a douche, but I do understand what you're saying. Like, he is a celebrity and like anything that could be said could be used against him, that he's already got all this negative stuff out.
Yeah, and I just like, anyways, even if it wasn't for that reason, like if we went out and we actually had like millions of subscribers or something, like where we were at least a little like well known and somebody had their Ray-Ban glasses and like knew who we were and then was recording hanging out with us the whole time, I'd be like, it's a little weird, bro. Like a little bit.
I'd probably not hang out with them though.
Yeah.
I would probably like not ask them to take their glasses off. I'd probably just like disengage.
Yeah.
But also like if we weren't problematic and had, I mean, I understand both sides of it honestly, but I really feel like he's got stuff to hide too.
Yeah.
And then as he's walking away, he said that something was like gay in a negative way. And they're like, oh, what do you mean by that, bro?
Yeah. They're like, did you forget we're recording on our glasses?
Yeah. Like he kind of was just like set up for all that. And like not that he should have said that or whatever, but like it's two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, like I am not trying to defend Zach Bryan because I do think he's just a douchebag and whatever, but
Bree reacted to it and was like, this pissed me off because there was just such of nothing in this video and I wish I had Meta Ray-Ban glasses because I would have everything.
Yeah. Well, we love to see you fail, Zach. So. The Joey Graceffa and Tana Mongeau drama.
You know, there's something that happens when we put the OG YouTubers in the same room and all have podcasts in the year of 2025, where this, I feel like it just doesn't end and nobody shuts up about it.
They just start a yapping.
Yeah.
And they don't stop. And they're like, I have the platform and everybody wants to hear what I have to say.
Yes. And
so here we go.
It's almost like Joey isn't afraid to speak against Tana. Like, other creators might just be like, I hear you. Like, okay. But Joey's like, she broke her finger. Like,
yeah.
And I just like, I don't know. They just are going back and forth.
I remember when Gabby Hanna was posting her failed attempt at like her tell-all series that stopped halfway through because it was not getting the praise they thought it would. I remember she made one episode about Escape the Night when Joey Graceffa, and he responded again, like he is a responder because he made a video back to her and he ate her up. So yeah, he ain't afraid.
No, he's not. So on Just Trish, Oscar reached out to Joey for an official statement exclusive to Just Trish, and Joey basically just said that he handled the situation offline and he spoke with Tana. He said, I sent Tana a text. I don't know why she can't handle things offline.
What did Trish say to that? Like, because you know, she rides for Tana, so what'd you say about that?
So I need you to know that I consumed 4 Trish videos talking about this today, or maybe 3, but like it was in 2 times speed, so I don't know at what point it was. But they did make it seem as if Joey did realize how serious Tana like felt about the situation, and it seemed like once she went on Canceled and like spoke about it, he immediately texted her and addressed it with her. And Trisha is really standing with Tana. She said in the episode where, okay, this is so much like back and forth, in the Canceled episode where Tana really was like, I'm sick of people acting like it's just Tana, like it's something Tana is asking for or whatever. Whenever she made the more serious Canceled episode, that's when Joey reached out to her, and Trish responded in an episode and was like really standing with her. But Trish said that she didn't even share that Just Trish episode on her Instagram and stuff because she didn't want Joey to see the episode. And it's giving like Brooke to me, you know? Have your opinion and feel how you feel, and like
stand on that opinion.
Be yourself, and like, why is that so scary to these people?
Yeah, especially if she's standing with Tana and not even like in a way of like shooting Joey down. Just basically saying like, I, you know, think Tana's right in this situation or whatever. Like, that's not even something that I feel like would cause a big rift between you and Joey if he saw it, because you're not like, Joey sucks, he's horrible, and you know,
all you're doing is saying that you support someone that they said like something happened to them that made them uncomfortable.
But I am glad that Joey seemingly sent Tana a text and they worked it out offline or talked about it at least. You know? I guess Tana talking about it on Canceled got the job done because it made him realize that he needed to be more empathetic towards her in that situation.
Right.
So
and I also think it says a lot to me that whenever Tana first spoke about it, she put it behind their paywall, like on Patreon, which like things are gonna leak out of there anyway. But it doesn't seem like she was ever really using it for clout until like Joey went on Just Trish and like made it a thing that she was just being Tana, like that's what he said, and like she didn't hurt her pinky or whatever. Like she went out that night after she injured herself, like allegedly or whatever. But yeah, I think you're right. I think that the episode that she put out about it kind of like got the whole point across. I would be really surprised if it continues another week in the headlines.
Yeah, it shouldn't, for sure, because I think that it's squashed now and done between them, whatever.
Okay, there's a lot of Justin Bieber news.
I've been seeing some of it, I think.
Some of it's funny to me, but some of it's sad. Okay, so the biggest headline is that Justin Bieber unfollows Benny Blanco. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but I don't really think it's that weird. I don't think it's that weird. I can't imagine a world where I'm following my ex's new partner and they're having this very successful public relationship. And it's not just like an ex, like I get he's married, he has a baby, he's moved on, but their relationship was complicated, long, drawn out, and there's been trauma from the fans even after the relationships ended. Yeah, and obviously, like I'm sure there's stuff with like Haley. It's hard for her because they're always talking about Selena and doing all this. So it's like, I can't imagine my partner having these problems with my ex and like her now man and whatever, and me still following her partner. You know?
I could definitely see him like unfollowing Benny Blanco for Haley. But my one thought on it was like, Justin Bieber and Benny Blanco have had a lot of success together, and couldn't he just have like muted his post so that the public wouldn't talk about it?
He could have. He probably wasn't thinking about that though, honestly. Like,
do you really think they don't think about it?
I don't ever even know how to mute somebody. So maybe they're like me. Maybe it's Justin Bieber. We don't know. Like how involved with like the social media thing he is of knowing what to do and what not to do.
Right, that's true.
So, you know, because I honestly have it's never crossed my mind to mute somebody. I've just
muted
thought of
people. There's some people I've muted.
Okay.
It's typically girls. And then like I'll
woman hater.
I know. It's two specifically,
but yeah, I don't think it's that weird. I think if he knew about it and was thinking clearly that muting it would have been a better idea. So that's gonna make me think of all these people and like I'm like, wonder who they have muted. Like, you know, crazy.
You'd be surprised who I have muted.
Okay, I have to know.
So yeah, I just kind of put like, is it really crazy that he didn't want to see it? They're putting out a whole album together. Speaking of, Call Me When You Break Up bangs.
Yes,
I love that song.
It. I
do
think
too.
It's so good. I was pleasantly surprised.
And I feel like Gracie Abrams on it was perfect. One question I have is, if you were Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez puts out a song called Call Me When You Break Up, what do you think?
The only reason that I wouldn't think it was that weird is because she wrote it with her fiance, or like recorded it with her fiance.
Who writes the biggest pop songs in the world and knows what the public is going to do with that line.
Yeah.
And what is the difference between Call Me When You Break Up and Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored? And Ariana got like dragged after she steals some man's husband. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But like, I just feel like the premises of the two songs are very similar, and people really used that song against Ariana Grande whenever she started dating Ethan Slater. But yeah, that song slaps.
It does. And I think it just has to do about the Ariana thing, because I haven't actually, it's so weird, the internet's weird. I haven't actually seen the posts of people having an issue with Call Me When You Break Up, but I've seen people talking about posts that have an issue with Call Me When You Break Up. Like, I've seen the posts that are like, you guys need to just lighten up a little and not have an issue with Call Me When You Break Up, you know?
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the actual issue posts.
It's like when a small influencer posts that everyone's asking. I think I'm gonna do a post like that. I'm like, everyone has been asking me where I get my pants.
Many questions about this. Yeah, no, it's giving that. But yeah, I think that the difference basically is just that for me that she wrote it with a fiance and her partner. So it's not like she wrote it with a deep rooted like, I want my ex back, you know, undertone to it. So
Selena is also like engaged to someone that was in Justin Bieber's life, which I think is interesting.
You know, that honestly is probably like the biggest L for Justin, because I'm
L's.
Yeah. That's like probably the biggest L for Justin, because Benny Blanco makes such bangers, and I'm sure he liked working with him because of that fact, because all of like any song he would create with him would be great.
Yeah.
And so now that's out the window.
This made me want to pull up, I forgot to add it in the notes, I'm gonna look it up real quick, but there was a clip whenever Benny was working with Justin Bieber where he like threw shade at pop stars who start beauty brands. Have you seen this video before?
No.
It's like people assume that he is talking about Selena Gomez. Let me find this. I have a new hate for the TikTok pages that say what the video is about 3 different times before they get to the meat of the video.
In 3 different ways. It's like they're reaching
they
for
do it for the time. They do it to reach a time limit, and it drives me absolutely. I'm gonna text you this TikTok.
But yeah, when they do that, it really gives when you had to write a report in school and you had to hit a certain amount of words. So you're just rewording the same thing 20 different times to hit that quota.
Look, Justin's not one of those like cookie cutter pop artists. Like, you know, they're like, this is my new single and here's my makeup line. And he's like Justin's like, yo, I have a pimple and I have anxiety today.
It's also like the pimple and anxiety is given quirky girl.
Yeah, it's given, I'm not like other girls.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
I could see that, but also there are a lot of musicians who have makeup lines. Stuff like Lady Gaga has House Beauty or something.
Rihanna has Fenty.
And Ariana has Rim.
Yeah.
You know, so there are a lot of them that he could have just been speaking about a whole, you know, but now he's going to be married to one that has a makeup brand.
I know.
But hers is very successful.
So also Justin Bieber last week also unfollowed Drake, The Weeknd, Scooter Braun's management company, and he finally unfollowed Diddy.
Okay. I think it might have taken him a little bit to like process. Because like I said, we don't know Justin Bieber at all. But I just assume being in the industry so young and having ties to Diddy and, you know, all of those kind of people, that there have probably been some not so great things that happened to him in his life.
I know. I hate to speculate on it because it makes me so sad whenever I think about him and like what he could have went through.
Yeah. So I think maybe it took him a little bit to really, like, when it all started coming out, to really process that, like, this could have allegedly happened to him as well. And maybe now he's come to terms with that and is in, like, the more, like, over it or anger stage of that process. And is unfollowing these people. So
I don't know if he didn't immediately relate this story post to the unfollowing of everyone. It kind of just seemed to happen at the same time. But if you want to read what he posted on his story.
Okay. He said, "It's time to grow up. Changing is about letting go, not trying harder. Are you tired of trying to follow all the rules in hopes to get the results you crave? I've found love to be more powerful than rules. I tried to follow the rules. I'm not good at it. But you don't need to follow rules to enter into a life of love. You just receive. So enter love living. God always grants us love. It's one of his promises. Upon receiving God's love, you start to change and start following love. You don't work to mature. You let go to mature. Today, I'm letting go and remembering the weight isn't on me to change. The weight is on God. So I give all my insecurities and my fears to him this morning because I know he gladly takes it. Asking Jesus to genuinely help me was simply the next step today." That is really sad.
I know.
Like, whether it's about that or I've seen other speculation about he could be having some, like, drug use happening. Again, allegedly. We don't know.
Yeah.
But it could apply to either of those, and either way is sad.
I think he's obviously, like, going through some stuff. And not that Dumois is trustworthy, but she has said a lot in the last, like, 6 months with everyone asking about, like, the status of Hailey and Justin Bieber. She was like, I have inside sources and I'm not going to talk about it. She was like, he is not doing well, like, on his own. So I can't imagine, like, any of that. But speaking of the drugs, the potential drug use, also the energy you gave while you were reading that, I felt like I was, like, in school and you wrote something really powerful that you were proud of and you were, like, standing up in front of the class.
Like, we're in poetry class and I thought I really ate.
Yeah, you were like, you said, what was the line? You said, you don't work to mature. Yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't read this, so I didn't know where we were going.
I know.
I didn't know the cadence and the tone to be using. So, yeah. Hope I did good, everybody.
So Justin Bieber's alleged drugs and things. People are saying that he's smiling weird. And I know that sounds so stupid, but I know what they're meaning.
I know what they mean.
He's smoking something, like he posted an Instagram story of him last week. Like, it looks like a blunt and, like, weed's like whatever. So Hailey Bieber had an event to promote her new creamy lip liners. And Justin Bieber was there looking like all smiles, but almost in a weird way. And that TikTok is an example of that.
Okay. Yeah, so this is giving drugs to me. Not necessarily just because of the smile, but his, like, fidgeting and moving
He's, like,
back
off
and
balance
forth and, like, can't stay still, you know?
Thinking those shoes look good. I mean,
listen, our boy is struggling with much worse things.
I know.
So he might not have really thought about his shoe choice that day.
I wrote, he's giving Disney character Goofy, is he tweaked out, and I hate his shoes. And, like, it makes me sad that he could be struggling with something, like, I can't even imagine. But, like, that, even just the mannerisms, it's, like, tweaked out is the only way I can explain it.
Yeah, that's the mannerism. Definitely give that for me. And that's sad. And I think it could be from the fact that he's had to, like I said, maybe process the Diddy things that have come
publicly,
out.
too.
Yeah, and really process that and deal with that. And maybe he's turned to drugs a little bit to help and cope. So it's just a whole sad situation if all of this true.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
There's been a lot of his, like, representatives have came forward and said that he's, like, in the best place he's ever been. And I'm like, there's no way.
No.
Like, the next video that we're gonna watch is, he looks like he's strung out. Go to the one that says, this is another video raising concerns from fans.
High like a fly guy. I fly high like a magpie. I go high like I'm that guy. That guy.
Like, the boy is not sober there. I'm around people that smoke weed all the time, and their faces don't look like that.
Yeah. Who knows? I'm not very familiar with drugs.
Yeah.
Like, not just meaning, like, I haven't done them, but, like, just
the effects of them.
Yeah, I haven't been around people on various different things, so I don't even know, like, what he could actually be on, but.
And maybe he's just goofing off and, like, being silly on the internet, but, like, all I'm saying is someone who's, like, completely, like, wrapped up in their faith and stuff, like they're not doing stuff like that. Like even like relying on weed so much. Like I don't believe like there's anything wrong with that. I think it's completely natural. But like when it's your existence, like, and you're posting videos of it and like promoting it and like so high that you're like not there in some way, like that's not being like content with yourself and in a good spot. Like even if it's just weed, like, but I don't think that it is. There is one that I put Sloane's reaction.
Very dramatic reaction.
Yeah. I wanted to bring up too, there was a Sloane video whenever he was covering like the drama, the fallout of like Selena and her friend that gave her the kidney. I forget her friend. Friend C something. And he obviously has someone like writes his YouTube videos. And in the beginning of the video, he was like, there is a girl that Selena stole her kidney. And it was just like the most stupid thing I've ever seen, but it's so funny to me. He had to like make an apology video because it's like, but why would you read that?
Literally, he is so dramatic. I really do enjoy his content, but he is so dramatic because he posted a video a long time ago about Selena and Justin and their like tumultuous relationship and their drug use. And how they were like on the street, like on Skid Row trying to
that was true.
I
want to dive into that one day.
But it is, he was being dramatic with it. It was just funny, his style, you know. So here we go.
Justin Bieber attended his wife Hailey Bieber's road pop-up, and this video is going viral because people are concerned for him. It seems like he's a little bit unbalanced, he's rather thin, and there are reports that he is using drugs again, which is a red flag. He did just make this long post on Instagram, which we will break down in a moment. I'm talking about headlines like this: Justin Bieber lurking behind his wife Hailey as they leave her road launch party amid concerns for his well-being. Now, with everything that is coming out about Diddy, even despite that Jay-Z and Diddy lawsuit being thrown out, there's still a lot of evidence against him, and there were rumors about Justin being involved, being implicated in videos, and I'm sure this could be putting a toll on him, especially with his newborn son, and imagining himself as a kid and remembering everything he had gone through. And that's just an assumption. I mean, maybe there isn't any trauma with Diddy, maybe there are problems at home. But this is helping out those rumors because it is a good look that he is showing up to her function.
So the other TikTok that I just sent you is like, it's a photo that I keep seeing passed around, and it's like him just looking like really like gaunt and like hollowed eyes kind of look, which like he doesn't look great like in these photos. But
Justin Bieber has responded to allegations that he's struggling with substance abuse after he recently sparked concern amongst his fans over his health. Justin Bieber has been out and about a lot lately, including an appearance at his wife Hailey Bieber's road event where some fans thought he was acting erratically. There's also been some concerns over his appearance, but now a rep for Justin Bieber is shutting down any speculation that the singer is not doing well.
Yeah, I mean, a part of me is like not sure if that's a true representation of him and like what he looks like because of this like drug use or whatever. Or if it's just that one, they're like, doesn't look like the bright young whatever. It's
that's
like,
stupid.
We're aging, okay? Men age too, so that could be a reason. And then also like paparazzi pics, like if you're literally just caught off guard, I'm sure, I've never been paparazzi'd, but I'm sure there'd be some horrific pictures of me out there.
And he also like has had health issues in the last couple of years. He had that, I forget what the syndrome was, but it was like half his face was temporarily paralyzed. Was that what it was? It was Rupert syndrome. Or it was something where like half of his face was paralyzed and he wasn't able to tour.
Ramsey Hunt syndrome.
Ramsey Hunt, which that was like really scary. And you know, like the same time that he had that disease, like Hailey Bieber had a stroke like before she had a baby, and like that stuff's scary. I just wonder like what, I don't know, in that moment whenever it was first happening, I was like, what if it's because they got the COVID vaccine? But like, you know, that was just crazy. I also put a photo of myself in there from earlier this week just because in defense of Justin Bieber, like people can look at that photo of him in that yellow shirt and be like, yeah, he looks really bad there, but it could just be a photo or a bad day, and like we all have them. You should add in a photo of you from a bad day too.
Okay. I think I look just as worse as Justin Bieber does in that one photo when I find one.
Also, Josh Richards from BFFs met Justin Bieber over the weekend at a celebrity hockey game. And I'm telling y'all, Justin Bieber has a new smile because, and it's not his teeth. It's like the way that he's holding his face, because in the photo that Josh Richards posted, Justin Bieber has the same like smile on his face. And I think that is funny. It's just so like, it's
like overcompensating almost.
It's like not real. real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like his smile has never looked like that before.
Yeah. I really think that it's some kind of drug, and it's kind of like the geeked out smile, you know?
Yeah, like even in the second photo that Josh posted, you can see like it's like he's trying to hold his eyes open the way like to look like he's not like on something.
When you're like, everybody's gonna know I got a it's really wide.
Yeah.
And you're like,
exactly.
Hey guys,
exactly.
Yeah. Don't ask me how I know that. I don't know.
That day that the gummy was still working on you.
That was me at work that day.
Yeah, you were like, can I help you out with anything?
I was like, they're gonna know that I'm hungover from a gummy. So there's more to the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni lawsuit.
Yeah, how exciting.
We're just gonna react to it.
Okay, the first clip that I put in is an interview that has resurfaced of Blake Lively, and I just want to it's interesting to hear this interview clip, knowing everything we know now about this lawsuit, and I just want to react and talk about it.
Okay.
Important to say, okay, I believe in this, and that's why I'm standing up for it, and that's why I'm not being difficult. And then there are other moments to go like, am I the asshole in the room?
I think that she should think about that more often.
I know.
Because I think she might be more often than not.
Yeah.
So,
like, what is happening here? I would show up on a set. I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that, that wasn't fulfilling for me.
Okay, well then don't be an actor. Maybe go into being a director and, having that actually be your career path.
Yeah.
Instead of being an actor, because your job as an actor is to stand there, look pretty, say what they want you to say. That's literally the job description.
I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, and creating the character.
Maybe that's something that you disclose.
Manipulative?
Yeah.
Much?
Yeah, maybe that's I don't know, that's just that's crazy to go into it. That's like if you're pregnant, right? And you want to get hired. They can't discriminate over pregnancy, but you know that maybe you're up against multiple people and you don't want them to even know that you're going to have to take maternity leave or something. And so you hide it and whatever, and then you're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to need that.
Yeah.
It's just giving that. It's the same thing.
It's also if I made a movie and someone like her with her kind of star power came in and was like, yeah, you might have only hired me to be an actor, but I want to do more, and I have to do more to be fulfilled by what I'm doing for you.
And it's
I'd be then go home.
Yeah, literally.
We don't want you here.
Then we'll recast you then.
Yeah.
It's crazy to not be forthcoming with that when you're in an audition.
And this is just an example. She's so comfortable saying this on stage. Imagine how hard she is to work with.
And it's funny that you can tell in this, she thinks she's doing something.
Yeah.
Saying this, she thinks she's sounding like a boss babe.
Yeah,
by being
she's like,
I have to have control of it.
Yeah, and it's I'm not just gonna go in there and be pretty and but it's that is what they're literally paying you to do. And you are auditioned to do that for them, and you didn't disclose before you signed the contract that you wanted to do anything else. All you're doing is saying your personal issues about yourself on stage.
Yeah.
And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor.
Then don't sign up to be an actor.
Yeah, go.
If you don't want to just be an actor, go to film school. Learn how to be a director or a producer or write a film or whatever.
I don't remember if she says it in this clip or not, but her whole thing is that she likes to take stories that already exist and change them. She says she doesn't like to start movies from scratch. It's because she doesn't know how to write a movie.
Yeah, when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled. So I think that for them, sometimes that might have felt like a rug pull because you're trying to assert yourself into something that we didn't hire you to do. And so it was a really strange position to be in because I felt like I don't want to just be an actor. I want to have more authorship.
Yeah, go write a movie, Blake Lively.
I have never fought with the fact that she is hard to work with.
Yeah.
I'm sure she is very hard to work with.
Yeah.
And she's honestly, what is the word I'm looking for? Not annoying. She is annoying, but that's not the word I'm looking for. I don't know. We'll go with annoying.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of the other word I'm trying to think of. So.
Okay, I'm just going to read this little thing that I put in the notes before we start. So before we dive into this, I want to touch on the fact that there is so much information going around about this lawsuit, and there's a really good chance that some of the information in the article that I'm about to talk about is or will be proven wrong in the future because there's so much stuff coming out every day. So I just wanted to emphasize that all of this is the information I could put together to the best of my ability as of Thursday, February 27th.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
This is all alleged.
Yes.
Do not sue us, anyone.
So The Hollywood Reporter released an article with a crazy graphic to go along with it. So Blake says that the graphic is incredibly insulting as it makes women who are speaking up about workplace harassment look like evil characters in stories when they are victims. What do you think?
I mean, they're both just kind of standing there.
Mhm.
And it looks like she's got a sling, as if some would maybe think like Goliath, you know, or something
Yeah.
like. And that's essentially, even in her story, what she's trying to do is like take down Goliath, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think it makes that statement at all.
And the whole article is like, this lawsuit is crazy and forever unfolding and new things are always coming out. So that's like the principle of the poster to me, is just like that this is a story that's like ongoing and unfolding, where your two characters are Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Well, my opinion on it was kind of like, at the SNL 50 celebration, Ryan Reynolds can stand up and make a joke about the fact that his wife was allegedly sexually assaulted.
I have a question.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds.
Hi.
Hey. Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
And that's fine, but someone can't make a movie poster portraying Blake Lively as any kind of character. But do you think like that is the reaction like your husband would have if your wife was like, could you go on SNL and make a joke about your wife being sexually assaulted? And it like,
No, and also I've seen people talk about it, and I also think myself that maybe Blake didn't know that like that joke was going to be made, because she doesn't look in on the joke. You know, her reaction when you watch it, she's kind of just like, she's not laughing. She kind of, when he says, why, what have you heard? She's like, you know, like, what are you doing right now, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
I've heard mixed rumors that Ryan Reynolds asked them to put the joke in there. I've heard I've heard rumors that he had nothing to do with it. It was someone else's idea. The interesting thing about the SNL 50 thing was that Scarlett Johansson, who is Ryan Reynolds' ex-wife, he's been a writer on SNL for years. So this was like a big like celebratory night for him. So it's like, what is Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively even doing there?
Yeah, I've seen people saying that like that maybe Ryan didn't know all the details before they got into this big mess or something, and now like that was him like trying to get back at Blake like in a way or something. But I don't know. See, in a normal marriage and a normal people world, I'd be like, that's a little like far-fetched and extreme to think that a spouse would do that publicly, like just to like get back at their wife. But with them, honestly, they're a little crazy. So
I think that they, in my opinion, that Blake and Ryan are like in cahoots with each other about everything. I think that they're trying to play this so much, and I just think it's not working, all of it.
Like they're
But-
trying jokes and they're not landing.
Yeah,
So-
and even then, I think it was like, it would have been a bold move for them to like walk that carpet, which they did like at the SNL 50 thing, and it's like, can y'all not just stay home? SNL has nothing to do with you. Just like stay out of the public for a minute. Like don't go out and flash how beautiful you both are like on a red carpet for a week. It's like they're overcompensating to save face, which is what makes me like not trust them.
Yeah, they're like attention whore. They're
Yeah.
just like so attention seeking all the time.
So Jenny Slate is the actor who played, I think her name was Alyssa in the movie, and It Ends With Us. She's one of the two other female actresses that said Justin Baldoni or people from his team have made her feel uncomfortable. The Hollywood Reporter kind of addressed that discomfort that she felt. She said that it was between her and a man that worked for Wayfair, which is the production company that Justin Baldoni has. It was a guy named Heath, and when they were discussing her living accommodations during filming, I guess like she didn't feel safe wherever she was staying, and Heath from Wayfair offered to reimburse her for her security deposit until she found a place that was more comfortable for her. And something in the language of that communication she said that she felt was inappropriate, which Slate did apparently file a complaint to Sony about this incident, but it wasn't a direct issue with Justin. It was just someone associated with the company. This is the stuff where I'm like, Blake is grasping at straws to make him look bad, and I don't think it's there. And Jenny Slate has not publicly commented on anything, and it seems like she's avoiding speaking on it publicly altogether, but she's most likely going to be subpoenaed by Lively to appear in court.
Yeah. I mean, I do think it's grasping at straws, but on the other hand, it's like everybody else in the court of public opinion is grasping at straws to prove that Blake is horrible and is lying.
Yeah.
So I think in her mind, she's like, they're playing dirty to me, so I'm going to do the same back. I'm just trying to get in the mindset of Blake Lively. You know what I mean?
know. My only thing with it is just like accusing SA if it didn't happen is like one of the worst things you can do. And okay, not the worst things you can do.
Yeah.
But it's gross.
Committing the essay.
Yeah.
is worse. But yeah, so I don't know anymore. There's so much information, and I still just want to believe that originally, when this originally started, that what Blake said was true, you know? Because like we said, I don't want to just believe that a woman like in the public like Blake Lively with as big of a following and fan base and in the spotlight as her would make something up like you know?
It's like it can all be true is the thing that is annoying about this constant conversation that everyone is having. Like Justin could have done things to make her uncomfortable. Blake could have been hired as an actress and then rug pulled him with her powerful friends to get her way with the movie. Ryan Reynolds could have made fun of Justin Baldoni in the Deadpool movie. Justin Baldoni could have created a smear campaign to take Blake Lively down.
Yes.
I think there's truth in all of it.
So do I.
Like,
for sure.
I don't think anyone is 100% innocent.
No.
I feel the most bad for Justin Baldoni because this movie was his baby and he hired someone that he thought was gonna like take it over the top and like in a good way, and he's pretty tarnished at this point. Like even if everything was wiped clean, his lawyer has came out and said like we will not settle unless Blake like is admitting that none of these things happen, and she's not going to.
No.
Like her and Ryan Reynolds are like, they might be lying about something, they might be telling the truth about other things, but at the end of the day, they are narcissistic celebrities. Like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I feel the most bad for him because I think that they're trying all of these things, and I just think there's truth in everybody's story.
So do I. And like you said, they're not going to back down. At this point especially, they're like in too deep. You're in too deep.
It's too
back
big.
out.
It's
like,
too big.
You know? Yeah, so it is. It's just all crazy. Like I said, or like you said, that's what I thought as well, is that there's truth to all of it.
Yeah. So this is something this is like an interesting part of the story. There's one other female actress that claims something inappropriate happened to her. Her name is Isabella Ferrer. She's 25, and Isabella told, a lot of this information I'm about to read is coming from Candace Owens and her reporting. So Isabella told Lively in a private setting that she experienced similar feelings from Justin, like being made to feel uncomfortable. But just so you know, like this could have been like at a sleepover kind of private, like not like they were on set talking in the corner. Like Blake was having a slumber party and this girl was at her house. So Candace Owens had an interesting take or theory about this. Her opinion was like, why would Blake want to befriend this 25-year-old girl? She plays the role of like young, I forget Blake's character's name, but she's like the young version of Blake in the movie. Blake is 37 and has a family, and Isabella was told that Taylor Swift selected her for the cast and that she had sleepovers with Blake. Blake gave her clothes and things like that. And like, is that normal? Is that like a normal thing to do with like a young coworker whenever you're 37 and like super established? Like, just what did Blake and this girl have in common that they would like?
Yeah, I mean, I for one don't know how we know for sure that she was told that Taylor cast her.
You're about to see a video of it.
Okay. And then also, it could be manipulation from Blake. But there is like that meme that goes around that's like you and your work bestie, like, and it'll be like a 20-year-old and like a 45-year-old. It's like you kind of just do create connections with you work with and you're around all the time. So trying to give the benefit of the doubt, I could kind of see that.
The interesting part is, I'm not saying there weren't scenarios where the two of them would have needed to be on set at the same time. I'm sure that happened. But because Isabella was playing a young version of Blake, they were never in any scenes together. So my thought is the only crossover that Isabella and Blake would have had on set would have been mainly like, other than like meeting each other and getting to know each other a little bit, like Blake like overstepping her boundaries and like being on set trying to control things. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if Blake was just an actress.
If she said she kind of took over the role of trying to be a director and everything like that, then she probably was around Isabella more than we would think.
Yeah.
She was probably there directing her and stuff.
So Candace's theory is that Blake was love bombing young Isabella to make her want to agree with her if something like the lawsuit that is happening now were ever to come up. It's also sad that she is an up-and-coming actress, and this movie was going to be like a big break and step up for her, and now it's kind of tainted with this lawsuit, and she's basically being dragged into it because she wanted to be friends with Blake Lively, who for a minute I would say looked like a cool girl to be friends with because she's like Serena Vanderwoodson, you know? She's like that girl. So the TikTok is Isabella talking about Taylor Swift and like Blake Lively's like influence on her. She looks so much like her in this clip. It's kind of crazy.
Are so lily coated right now with the outfit. I had to. Tell me the story behind the outfit.
Well, I mean, this is all pretty much Blake's like styling. She's been my stylist, quite literally. So we were talking, she's a huge fan of Oscar. She always wears Oscar. And so she had sent me some images of dresses, and we decided on this one just because we felt it was so summery and it just felt so natural and like it was growing literally like on me. And so we just thought it would be perfect. And then this is all Lorraine Schwartz here on the ears as well. She just pulled this for me. Lorraine Schwartz is here, so I have to thank her because this is an honor to wear her jewelry. And then these are her shoes, Blake's shoes. So literally all Blake. Yep.
It seems like she really did take this kind of big sister role. I know you play the younger version of her.
Yeah.
This is your first movie. Any words of advice that she gave you? Because I'm sure it could be a little overwhelming.
She said you just have to trust that you've got it, you know? Like, if you have your own self-assurance and you know that you're meant to be there and that, like, you have that self-worth, that is what's going to take you far. So I'm trying to do that, you know?
I mean, this is a huge first role. What was it like to be able to, like, to take a role that means so much to a lot of people? Oh my God.
It's just such a privilege. I mean, the complexities of Lily, the dynamics of that character. It's so exciting as an actor to be able to play a role like that isn't one note. She's so multifaceted, you know. It's a privilege. Yeah.
And I hear that Taylor may have had some influence in getting
Yes, she did. Yeah, I know. I don't even know if I'm meant to be saying it, but I'm saying it. Yeah, she was a helpful part of the process of the audition, which I found out later after I got it, and that rocked my world. Yeah. I have no words.
You know, one thing about Blake is that she takes her friends very seriously and really brings them under their wing. How does it feel to be just kind of part of, have her in your support system?
I feel so lucky. She is an angel. She is a guiding light. She's a force. She is everything you'd want as a mentor and as...
Okay, so this honestly made the giving her clothes thing, like, not so suck-uppy and not so weird to me, because it's like, she styled, and nobody likes the style in the movie, I understand, but if she's saying that she styled her character in the movie, she's like, let me style the person who's supposed to be a younger me,
right?
Because, you know, we'll have the same style,
yeah,
essentially. So that makes it not as weird, and also, I just still am not sure if Taylor being part of, is that true, that Taylor was part of the casting?
Blake could have just said that to her.
Yeah,
because
I don't know
Blake,
if Blake said that, just said that, or like
she's known to do stuff like that.
Yeah,
I could see her like just saying that to her. My biggest thing is like if they're having like sleepovers and stuff, right? There was another clip where the Isabella girl talked about having sleepovers with Blake Lively, and in that moment you're at a sleepover and some girl that you look up to and respect a lot is like, this guy did this thing that made me feel uncomfortable. You're never gonna not agree with her and be like, that's crazy, he shouldn't have done that. And if the girl had any slight weird moment at a sleepover, you're comfortable to say things like that. And now it kind of seems like she might be getting subpoenaed to go to court to share a story that she told in the privacy of like a slumber party setting. And I think that is where it's a little bit manipulative. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and maybe I've been listening to too much Candace Owens. I know I have. Like, I know I have. But I can't imagine like having such a private moment with girls and then like knowing that this lawsuit could be cooking up in the back of my head, because Blake threatened a long time before the lawsuit happened that if they didn't do what she wanted them to do, that she was gonna accuse him
go public with
the SA allegations. So it's like, you know, I understand what Candace Owens is saying. Like, it makes sense. It could be far-fetched.
Yeah, I just, everybody's gonna come for me in the comments because apparently more people love Candace Owens than I
didn't realize that.
But she's a very biased source, and that's why I've been taking what she says. Like, I've been, you know, paying attention to it and like taking it, but also kind of taking it with a grain of salt, because she's a biased source, because she already does not like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Knows that Blake and Taylor are BFF, is gonna want to like slander both of them because she doesn't like them to begin with. So, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I could see that, but also it's like, I wouldn't say it even if we were hanging out, right? And you're like, so-and-so has like did this to me and whatever. Like, if nothing happened with me, I'd just be like, I hate that happened to you. I wouldn't feel compelled like I had to say that he did something happened to me too.
But imagine you're sitting there with like an iconic actress, celebrity that you want to be your best friend. Like, and not even that she like thought and had like ill intentions when she said something happened to her as well.
Like,
but,
maybe she was
she's just trying to be relatable.
Yeah, maybe she was just trying to relate, and the story of what she said is not even something crazy. It might be like, oh yeah, now that you say that, yeah, he said so and so to me that one time, you know, and it's not even some big thing.
Right.
Like, and we'll find that out when she's subpoenaed.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But yeah, who knows? Everything's sus, like we were saying. Everything's just crazy and all over the place.
So Leslie Sloan, which is Blake's publicist, she's trying to get herself removed from the lawsuit with Justin Baldoni. Baldoni is suing, Blake, Ryan, and her publicist. That's really the only update about that. But another quote from the Hollywood Reporter article is, according to several sources, Reynolds has been extremely active over the past few weeks, calling around to try and drum up as much support as he can among his friends and colleagues. That's the stuff that I'm like, y'all are making yourselves look really bad.
Yeah.
No one innocent needs to
I think they're
call.
freaking because they can't stand how he said they're like narcissists who love attention and stuff.
Mhm.
I think they can't stand to not be liked. Like, they're the people who have to be liked all the time.
Yeah.
Liked by everybody. And so now they're facing all of this like backlash, and they're like, people don't like us, and they're calling their friends up being like, bro, can you like post something good about us or like talk about us
and
good?
They've been that couple that like makes like really funny like jokes about each other on the internet. Like, they've kind of just been in the background for the last like 10 years. Like, yeah, they're in big movies and like they're both successful, but their like drama and like the public's opinion on them has been like a background thing. And like now it's just not that, and it's in the forefront of everything, and it's negative. So I feel like it's just like too much for them.
Yeah, they can't handle it.
But
they can't handle the heat.
I'm ready to see how this ends.
Me too. It ends with them.
Yeah,
maybe.
it ends with a lot.
Yeah. But our last thing to talk about, very sad, is that Michelle Trachtenburg died.
Yeah, she was 39. I guess she had a liver transplant recently, like in the last year or so.
I just remember like Ice Princess was...
Oh, I loved it.
It was such a good movie, and she played that role so well, and I always thought she was so pretty. And there was a point where my ex's ex, like, when you were in high school or like just out, you would be like jealous of your ex's exes and stuff. I was like, I would always stalk my ex, right? And I'd be like, like, it just sucks that she's pretty. She looks like Michelle Trachtenberg. And I would be so salty because I felt that way. So yeah, she just feels like a part of my like childhood and like teenhood and stuff, because I looked her up all the time because my ex's ex looked like her.
I loved her in Gossip Girl too.
Yeah, everybody's posting all the things that she's been in, and I didn't watch Gossip Girl. I've watched like one episode, but she hasn't popped up yet. And then
when she does, you like hate her.
Okay.
But in the best way.
Yeah. And I know it was so ironic. Literally the 2 days prior to her passing, I was watching an old like Nickelodeon runtime thing of Saturday morning Nickelodeon on YouTube from the 90s, and The Adventures of Pete and Pete started playing, and I was like, is that Michelle Trachtenberg when she was like a little small child? And I was like, oh my god, it is. And then it made me think of her, and I was like, I love her, she's so pretty. And I looked her up and looked her IMDb up and everything, and then it was like 2 days later passed, and it just makes me sad.
I know. It's crazy to think about like seeing the actors that we grew up with like getting older and stuff too. Like whenever I see like photos of like Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, that song by Allie and AJ, it's like, and you ask yourself, who do I want to be? That song, like, it played in Ice Princess, and then I saw last night, I'm not even kidding, I saw them like performing that live, and like they had like such good harmony. And it was just like beautiful. And then after she like passed, I was just like, my eyes were watering in bed last night watching that. I was like,
Yeah, the end of an era.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Michelle.
She will be remembered.
Yeah.
I don't know how to transition from that sad note into being like, subscribe, guys. But subscribe, I guess.
Yeah. Be sure to rate us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We upload new episodes every Monday.
Yes.
And if you want to help us in DC at all, There's a donate button in the description
down below, the PayPal. Please, it'd be great.
You don't have to, but it is there.
Forcing you through the screen right now.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's all for this week. Stay tuned for next week. It'll be a fun week. And then we're going to DC. We're going to do a fun deep dive.
Yes, that's coming out soon in a few weeks whenever we're out of town.
So make sure to subscribe, like we've said. Make sure to subscribe so that you can stay up to date with what we're posting because we got a lot of good stuff coming.
We're trying to hit 200 subscribers before we leave.
Yes, so please help us get there. We're getting really close.
We need 200 subscribers by the time we leave, and then we need 1,000 subscribers by the end of March.
Yeah.
By the end of the first quarter.
Yeah. So please send this to your friends. Tell them to subscribe if they like pop culture.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it here.
Yeah, so we have a fun time, and we will see you next week. TTYL.
Bye.
She's 21, love a savage, but she got a little bit